Welcome to week 2 learning module. In this week we are going to cover chapters 2 and 3 from your text Mexicanos, and we are going to also view a documentary, a PBS documentary, a part of a big work that PBS did on Latino Americans. But we're going to look at the first part of that as well. The chapter 2 you find in your textbook is going to cover the period of 1521, which was the fall of Tenochtitlan, and then the period up to 1821. 1821 is important because it was in this year that we find Mexico's independence from Spain. So we also, in the same year, find permission given to settlers, Anglos, to come and settle the area which we now call Texas. So it's a very important time period between 1521 and 1821. In that time period, though, there is this Spanish drive to scope out the New World, to go north into what becomes New Mexico and California, over to the gold, discovering the ranches and all of the just interesting conflict and struggle to define, whose land ultimately is this land in North America going to be in the end. And so your textbook covers that time period from 1521 to 1821 in chapter 2, and then 1821 to 1848 in chapter 3. 1821, Mexico gets its independence from Spain, but in 1848 loses its northern territories to the U.S. with the signing of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, and as a result of the war, the Mexican War, that lasted from 1846 to 1848. So your textbook will cover what went on in that time period as well. And the film, the documentary that you're going to watch, covers a broader, spans of time, not as far back as 1521, but 1565 to 1880. And that looks at, again, the Spanish. Just give you kind of a visual, to add to what you're reading, to understand the work of the missions that were established, the moving north, the gold rush, the battle for land, the racialization, the racism and discrimination that results in as a result of this expansion and this conflict. So in chapter 2, we see 1521 to 1821, and then in chapter 3 you'll cover 1821 to 1848, and then the documentary will give you a glimpse of the 1565 to 1880 time period that will look at a lot of very interesting elements. So when you finish this module, you will have a quiz. There's nothing to write about, just read the 2 chapters, watch the documentary, and take the quiz.